Hello boys and girls, this is Mrs. DeAngelis. Here are the directions for creating your own animation using Scratch. We're going to follow the step-by-step intro. So number 1 says start moving, drag a move box into the scripts area. You are going to use these commands up here. So we're going where it says motion, and we have all these different choices for what we're going to do. But we're just going to start with the move box, and we're going to move it into the scripts area. This area right here is where we're building our commands. And now we can click on that block to make the cat move. There you go. He didn't move too far. And then we're going to go on to the next direction. Add a sound. Drag out a play drum block from sound and snap it onto the move block. So we're coming back over here and we're going to the sound tab and we click it, and then we're going to find the drum. And here's the drum, and we're going to connect it over here. Click and listen. Did you hear that? Okay, so the cat's moving and we're hearing the drum. We're going to move on to the next direction. The next direction says 3, start a dance. Add another move block, click inside the block, and type in a minus sign. So we'll go back to motion and we'll click it, and we'll drag another move box over. And where this says 10 steps, move 10 steps, we're going to click it and highlight it. And then we're just going to type in minus 10. And then when we click the box, you can see it move forward and back. The next direction says add another play drum block, then choose a drum from the pull down menu. So we're going to go over here to sound and click it. And we're going to add play drum. However, when we click play drum, there's an arrow here. If we click that, it gives us a variety of different drums. It says click on any of the blocks. It says choose, I'm sorry boys and girls, add another drum block, then choose a drum from the pull down menu. So we have all of these choices. I'm just going to choose a snare drum. And then it says click on any of the blocks to run the stack. There we go. Now we'll go on to the next direction. Drag out a repeat block and drop it on top of the stack. So we're going to go to where it says control, and we're going to drag this repeat block over to our stack of directions. There we go, and it kind of brackets them. It says you want the mouth of the repeat to wrap around the other blocks. Once we do that, we're going to click to run the stack. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next direction. Number 5 says say something. Click looks and drag out a say block. So we're coming over here and we're going to click looks and we'll drag out a say block. How about say hello? Type in the block to change the words. So we're going to change these words to watch me dance. And then we're going to snap it on top of the stack. And now if we click the stack, we get watch me dance, and the cat dances. The next step, step 6, says drag out a green flag block and snap it on top. So when the green flag is clicked, that's going to start everything. So let's find that. It's going to be in control. And so we're looking through control. I don't see it, so we're going to go. These are color-coded, boys and girls, so this looked like the control color, but let's try events. There we go, it's in events. So when the green flag is clicked, and snap it on top. So we're going to snap it on top. Then it says your script will start whenever you click the green flag. To stop, click the stop button. So let's give it a try. We can click anywhere in the stack and nothing happened. All right, let's click the green flag. So now whenever we want to run this, we can click the green flag, and if we want to stop it before it's done with the steps, we just click the stop sign. Just like that. And every time we click the green flag, it'll start back from the beginning of the sequence of directions. Okay, next step. Step 7. Change color. So we're going to try something different. We're going to drag out a change effect block. So let's see. I'm looking at the color. It looks like it's probably in the looks menu. And here it is, change color. So we have our change, and if you click on the drop down box, we can change the color, or we have some other special effects. But for now, let's just change the color. Let's click it. I'm just clicking in the box, and whenever I click in this box, our cat changes color. Okay, so let's go on. Number 8 says, snap on a when space key pressed. So I believe it's going to be under events. Yes. So we're going to take this when space key pressed, and we're going to snap it on top of change color. Now, press the space bar on your keyboard and watch what happens. Okay, so now I'm just touching the space bar. And every time I do that, the cat changes colors. You can choose a different key from the menu. So here's the space key. If I click down, I could instead change it to up arrow. And then whenever I click the up arrow, it's going to change the color of the cat. There we go. I'm clicking up arrow. So you can decide what key you want to have the effect. I'm going to change it back to space. And then we'll move on to the next step. Number 9 says add a backdrop. So we can add new backdrops to our stage. This is our stage, this white area around the cat. So I'm going to click on this spot right here where it says choose backdrop from library. And because the weather's been so lousy and I wish it were summer, let's click on the boardwalk. And then click OK. There we go. Now our cat's up in the air, so I'm just going to click, hold, and drag to put him on the boardwalk. And then I clicked OK. Now we're going to move on. All right. We can add a sprite. Each object in Scratch is called a sprite. So this is our cat sprite. We can add a new sprite by clicking one of these buttons. We can choose a sprite from the library. We can paint a new sprite. We can upload a sprite from a file. Or we could take a new sprite from the camera. That could be fun. You could take a picture of yourself and be a sprite. For now, we're just going to choose a sprite from the library. And I think we will choose for our demonstration a butterfly. And click OK. So now we have a butterfly as well. And we're going to move on. to 11. Whoops, there's 11. 11 says you can add sound and animation to your new sprite. Well, our new sprite was a butterfly, so let's get our butterfly back. Here's our butterfly. I'm going to click OK, and here's our sprite. I would like to add sound to our old sprite. So here we are in sound, and let me click on the sprite. There we go. So if you notice, when I click on our cat sprite, we have all of our directions that we've already added. If I click on our butterfly sprite, there's nothing because we haven't given any directions for the butterfly yet. But I'm going to go back to our cat for now because I want to add sound. I'm going to add a meow, and I already added it right here. So I just added a second meow. So our cat's going to meow twice. He's going to show watch me dance, and he's going to meow twice, and then he's going to dance. So let's see how that works. We know we have to click the green flag. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. I only heard the meow once. So I'm going to separate these. And I'm just going to get rid of one of our meows because it only played it once anyway. So I'm going to drag this to separate it. Just pull that back over and reconnect it. And then let's just check. Okay, and we can still use our space bar to change color. And now we have this code down here. So if we look at the animate section, it says click costumes to see a sprite's costume. You can animate by switching between costumes. So here in this tab are our costumes for the cat. And there are only two costumes. There's costume 1 and costume 2. And the difference is the position of the cat's legs. So I'm going to go back to scripts, and here's the code that I entered for that. When the flag is clicked, forever, which is a very long time, I'm going to switch to the next costume, wait a second, switch to the next costume, wait a second, and so on and so on. So if you take a look, our cat's over here just switching costumes, which in this case is just positions again and again and again because in our loop we said it's going to happen forever. All right, let's go on to step 12. 12 says share your project. We're not going to worry so much about that right now. I don't think we're going to be ready to share our project. However, some of you may be, so let's go through this after all. So the title, you have to give your project a title. I'm going to call this Dance Show. I'll call it Cat Dance Show. Cat Dance Show. And then it says click See Project Page. And then type in notes to explain how to use your project. Give credit to anyone who helped. And when you're ready for others to see your project, click the Share button. I'm going to go kind of skimpy on the directions for now because I don't think we're going to get to this point yet. I'm going to save that for the next time. Step 13 is just what's next? Well, we can create many different types of projects, and then we can see examples by clicking Scratch at the top left to explore projects on the home page. So that would be this button right here. If you see a project you like, click See Inside, and then click Remix to change the project to make it your own. To learn more, you can browse the home tips. So, boys and girls, what I want you to do, here are the other projects you can see. I want you to work through this little tutorial on your own and see what you can come up with. Have fun with it, boys and girls.